Hello everyone. Due to the popularity of the SuperHero video, I decided to make a video on how to do all of this. I'll show you how to create a voxel world and a little about how to manipulate this world. I will also show you how to add a couple of explosion effects. I won't go deep into the intricacies of the settings, but I'll just show you in general how it's done. Well, let's go. In the beginning, we need to create the world itself. I'll start with a completely empty level. Let's add a voxel world and some light to our level. I use UltraDynamicSky for the light. Now let's adjust the lights and clouds to look a little realistic. Next, we'll move on to setting up our superhero. First, let's copy the hero and game settings from the original asset. And let's set up our level in the game so that we use the settings we just copied for our character. I love it when everything works. Let's remove the clues in the upper right corner so that they don't distract us. In this part of the video, I'll show you how to intercept the event when we land on the surface. Let's find the function we need in this component and add a dispatcher to it, which will be called every time we land on the surface. Now let's add the event we just created and test it with the usual display of text. In this part of the video, I'll show you how to add a little color to our gloomy and monotonous world. First, let's create materials for the surface of the world. I will use the asset I already bought as the basis for this world. In this part of the video, I'll show you how to add grass to our world. I will also turn off the collision detection for the grass so that we do not stumble over it every time. I am using the latest updates of the Voxel plugin, so for someone these settings may look a little different if the version of the plugin is older than mine. Now let's do the same only with the trees. Unlike grass, we will not remove collisions on trees. In this part of the video, we come to finally making a hole in the ground. In fact, in the event of landing on the ground, I take the coordinates of our character and remove a sphere with a certain radius from the ground. Since trees and grass will hang in the air after we have removed the ground, we need to call a function that will update the plants according to the coordinates given to us. Since we have an unusual phenomenon and plants are growing in our just made hole, we will change the materials of the surface of our hole. When changing materials, all plants in the radius should also disappear. To do this, we need to bind the appearance of plants only on certain surfaces or, more precisely, exclude materials of surfaces from the list of plant appearance. Next, we will add a function that will change the materials of the pit surface upon landing. Also, when you change the surface materials, the plants will disappear automatically. I will say right away that the hole can be made more natural if you create more spheres to remove surfaces with different radius of spheres. Now, as a small bonus, I will add an effect that will scatter stones over the surface. First, let's create an actor which will receive a physics simulation. We will create it in our pit. Then we will call a function that will give an impulse and throw all our stones out of the hole. If you work on the settings, you can make a beautiful effect, as well as use scattered objects as resources in the game, for example. Just like stones for strengthening knowledge, let's add, for example, branches that will fly apart. Based on this example, you can create a whole list of things that will fly around our pit. You can also add other effects like smoke or dust when hitting the ground, which will give a more realistic effect. In general, that's all. I hope everyone enjoyed this video and was helpful. At the moment I have been studying Unreal Engine for half a year and still don't know much. Rate the video and thank you for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye.